To episode 2 of RailSIM with this playthrough. As you can see, things have changed somewhat. I was working yesterday on some of those issues that we found in the first video, and as I was working on those issues, I had the game running in the background, and because I was working on it for a number of hours, the game sort of was running in the background. The economy was still running, my trains were still running, and the game just sort of ran away from me. And I wasn't really attending to it. I was just refreshing quite a lot, try and make sure the bugs were resolved and things. And really the game ran away from me. This is actually my fourth attempt at trying to record this video today. I've come across various bugs which I wanted to get fixed before recording this video. I have now finally fixed those issues. Hopefully I can get this video out today, which I'm hoping to do. It is early evening here today, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to try and keep this video a lot shorter than the first one. The first one ran to about 45 minutes. I really want to try and make these episodes about 15 minutes long max. So I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet and try and put out a video sort of every day or every other day if I can. As you can see, I've started a new game here. I've started this new game a little while ago. I've got a build up of cars already, which I'm going to try and resolve. As you can see, we're right down here on the border. We looked around the map, and there were some nice sort of towns and cities to sort of head for, but really the best starting place for me was, this looked quite nice by here. There's a nice little short run there, but I wanted to start down here because there was really a lot going on down here. There's a lot of industry, and we've got 4 reasonably sized towns to run some sort of passengers. So what I've done here, look, is I've set up a line between Bellevue and San Jose, and I've put terminal stations rather than run-through stations, sort of pass-through stations. So I've put the stations at the end of the track rather than have the track run through it. I'm going to take a slightly different approach. So what I'm going to do here is when I expand through to Pompano, I'm actually going to set up another sort of station this side, and actually run a completely separate line through to Pompano like that. Anyway, I've also decided I'm probably going to put a pause feature in the game after seeing what happened yesterday. A pause feature would have been really nice because I could have put the game on pause whilst I was messing around with the various bugs and things, which would have prevented that game from really sort of running away from me. So yeah, I think I'm going to put a pause feature in. Hopefully that'll go in fairly soon. Right. Anyhow, So I've built my stations. I've got my depot. Let's build a train. Right, so we want some passenger cars. Obviously, it's built up quite a bit. Another thing I noticed after playing yesterday's game as well is the way things grew quite quickly. Yeah, sorry guys, I just had to chuck the dogs out. They were being annoying. Anyway. They were bloody play fighting behind me, as they do. Anyway, so what I found yesterday when I was playing this game yesterday, I found that initially when I sort of set up, my stations and my track, and I built my train with, 2 passenger cars. I think I had 2 hoppers as well for the nickel. That we were carrying, if you've watched the first video. But then very quickly I found that the influx of passengers was rising quite quickly, and I needed more wagons, and it meant just sending the train back to the depot to add more wagons on. So to save me that hassle, I think the best thing to do is to literally fill the train up with wagons. Now this locomotive can carry a maximum of 9, I think. So I'm going to put 9 on straight away. It's going to cost me, about $1 million. Well, about $1 million. But I'm going to put the 9 on, as you can see, to save me having to bring this locomotive back to the depot to redo that. So First thing we're going to do is configure our route. So we'll get that on its way. And yeah, so let's just get this route configured a moment so we can then focus on growing. So I don't want the depot to the station in my route assignments, so I'll clear that. Let's get the train over to San Jose, like so. You don't have to use the sidebar to configure your routes. You can literally just click on the train itself as it is on the track, and it'll put the train into set route mode, and then if you click the train again, it'll sort of, you know, set the train on its road. You'll only get route assignments added if the starting destination, the end destination are actual stops, you know, if they're depots or whether they're stations. So as you can see, we've got route assignment in. If I just route the train to you know, just an empty piece of track, it'll move the train there, it'll instruct the train to go there, but it won't add it as a route assignment. Now I can tell it to go back to Bellevue Lakeside, which is what we want to do. So going back there, and yeah, because we've got 9 cars on that train, essentially we've got everything sort of under control quite quickly. Now the only downside I can see to running lots of cars on my train, especially if they're empty, which they're not at the moment, because, you know, I did have quite a few cars waiting. But the only downside is the cost. Obviously there's more cars on the train, so the train is heavier. It means the running cost of the train back and forth is more. Not a problem if the train's full, but if it's empty, then it's going to be pretty expensive to you know, to run. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that turns out. It may not let us. What we might need to try and do is try and focus on growth. If we can get these to grow, get the number of cars growing at the stations. The other thing we can do is we can actually tell the trains to wait for full load. So if we tell them to wait for full load, they're only going to run when they're full. So I'm actually going to do that because I've got sort of 3.5 worth. Yeah, I'm going to tell it to wait full load because I don't want my train running empty. Yeah, so we can tell I put it in full load, and we can see we're yeah, ENHU is waiting for full load. So we can see that's it is waiting. So yeah, so we're slowly adding passengers. Right, that's cool. As you can see, we've got a lot of, we need to make a lot of profit for, we're in profit with that. So well, these sidebars are now automatically updating. So before this was another issue which I noticed sort of off video, was that when the train was arriving at the station, if these sidebars were open, these weren't automatically updating, but now they do. The same with the routes and everything there. So yeah, you can see we're making profit on the routes already. Right, let's close these down, and I think let's look at some expansion. I think so. I think we want to maybe before yeah, because this train's going to service these two pretty well, I think. So what I might do is connect these two, which are relative size, and then try and wait for them to grow before actually connecting into here. Now this is one thing that you're allowed to do in this game, is you can build track which doesn't connect to your existing track. So it means that I could potentially go over here and say, right, well let's build a route here. In fact, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I could do that, but because we could eventually link from down here up to there, but that seems a bit far away at the moment, I think. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is let's put it in track builder, and we can build another short line here, and I'm going to build terminals again. So just build the stations at the end, like so. And okay, so I'm gonna just build another depot, and we need to join this track, like so. Okay, now do I want to build another 9 cars? You know, I've got to think. This is that's my station. What's it going to give us? 0.3 cars a minute. So yeah, so roughly 3 minutes for a car. You know, 3 times 9 is 27. We're talking like 27 minutes. Yeah, we're going to be 27 minutes to 27 minutes to fill 9 cars. I mean, that seems quite a long time. So maybe not wait that long. Although really, I mean, this train is still loading. I mean, from a purely profitable standpoint, it might be the best thing to do. I know we're being charged interest on, you know, our overall balance at the moment, but I think from a profit standpoint, in the long run, I think it might be better just to run all 9 and then just run full load. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to build a locomotive, and I'm going to build another 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, so there's our 9. Close you down. I can click on the train. See, when it's in the depot, it's hard to actually click on the train, but you can actually click on the little number of cars to activate the route mode on the train. I'll minimize the window so I can control it. Okay, now we can't actually set full load until we've set the route and put it into auto. So, see, if we look at our train here down now in Bellevue, so we're still waiting for a full load at the moment. Yeah, which we're getting there. But when we head over to San Jose, you can see we've got 5 cars waiting for us already, so that could work out pretty well. Let's take the depot off, the route assignments. It's in route mode. Head there. Okay, and we've probably picked up a few passengers. This first journey, yeah, we've only got 62 passengers. This is not going to be very profitable initially, but that's okay. Yeah, well, we made a little bit of profit actually. Okay, I can actually use the quick routes there. Yeah, we can go straight back. Cool, and we can pop this into automatic, and then we can tell it to full load and wait for the full load. So by the time this one full loads, we'll probably have a full load there, more or less. Yeah, more or less I would say, because the relative, you know, this one does supply cargo a little bit slower, but I think, yeah, full load probably the best way of going. We'll see. We'll have to try and we'll have to watch our economy though, because if we're waiting for full load, we've excess supply which is not being delivered. So that's interesting, actually. Whether it might be worth actually running 2 trains. So you could possibly run a single train with just 1 car, which will sort of be the express train, if you like, back and forth. Just keep, picking up what's available and going between the 2 stations on a regular basis, with just a single car, and then have the full load train running at intervals, as and when it is actually fully loaded. That I'd probably have to experiment with, I think. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how that works out. Right, anyway, let's just have a quick look at this train, see how we're doing on a load. So we're almost at full load. I just want to do, I'm gonna cut the video soon. I mean, we're just on 15 minutes or so now in this episode. I'm just gonna wait for this train to full load and deliver this cargo over to San Jose, because I want to see actually how much money we actually get paid for this. So we'll just wait for it to load, and we'll wait for it to arrive up in San Jose, see how much we get paid, and then put a cut in the video and come back to it next time, I think. As we're waiting for that to load, in the meantime, guys, feel free to come and try RailSIM yourself. It's completely free to play, as you know. The details are in the video description, so yeah, come over, create an account, and yeah, just give it a go. Give us some feedback on through the Reddit page, and if you're watching this on YouTube, and you regularly use YouTube, then thumbs up the video, guys, because it does help the video in the YouTube search. And yeah, subscribe to the RailSIM channel, because you get updates whenever I put a video out. I'm going to try and put regular videos out if I can, just so you guys can see the progress of the game, new features going in, new gameplay, and sort of just try and keep you guys updated as much as I can to the progress of the game. But besides that, yeah, just wait for this train to load. It should be on its way in a moment. So how are we doing? So yeah, we're just Bellevue Lakeside. So we'll be on our way soon, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to check on it, see how full we are. 18 passengers on that last car. Just going to have a look at what this one's doing. So yeah, this is a long way off. This one's a long way off full load. It's going to take a long time. But yeah, overall I think it could be the most profitable way of running it. We'll have to see. Okay. Right, so we're almost full. And while we're waiting there, let me just have a look, just a quick look at what's actually around. So if we've got any industries that we could potentially tap into. So yeah, so we've a processing plant here for cocoa, and a farm here. So we could certainly take this up to here. We've got silver and palladium, and these are accepted in the cities, so we could certainly make use of these. Yeah, we've got more silver over here, we've got zinc. Yeah. Bearing in mind that we don't have to stick around down there either. I mean, we can come over here, and if you think it's probably worth investing, sort of money over this way instead, then yeah, that might be more worthwhile. I mean, I did like to look at all these. I mean, there isn't much industry around here, but yeah. There's two nice city blocks there. What's down here? Sodium tin mine. Oh, did we miss that? Oh yeah, we missed it. Right. Okay. So yeah, so we did deliver. Okay. Yeah. So we did deliver 576 passengers. So let's have a look at our trains. No, I didn't get to see how much revenue that actually brought in. Right, okay. That's a shame. I really wanted to see that. And well, we are actually full, so yeah, so we're completely full. So we will see now when it loads here. So these are supplying quite a lot of passengers, so this train is actually loading fairly quickly. So we'll wait for it to arrive back in Bellevue now. We'll just see how much money it's actually bringing in comparison to the running cost. And then I'll put a cut in the video. Yeah, 42.9 compared to 17 running. So that's about 25 grand, which is yeah, which is pretty good, you know. Yeah, right, okay. We'll leave it there. We'll put a cut in the video. Feel free to put a comment down below, guys. I'll try and get to all of them if I can. And yeah, I'll see you for the next episode. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.